Oh, no, I'm whispering.
Oh, Chris.
I can hear you. You're not whispering.
This is Phil. He speaks on the phone. I love you. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye. And he plays the drums. I'm Michael. I play the guitar and sing and play the keyboards.
I do the same thing.
What's your name?
Chris.
It's been up and down.
A lot of driving.
Yeah, there's a lot of driving. We played some shows with a Christian alt country band. We played a bunch of shows with.
We did.
Did you talk to them about the Lord?
No, we avoided the Lord. Mercifully.
Definitely avoided.
We talked about like sweet things and comedy cartoons with
Video
them.
games.
Video games. We also did about 10 days with an electro-pop band from Brooklyn called Mixel-Pixel.
Yeah, how was that?
They wore costumes. That was okay too. Show's been, pretty hit or miss.
What's it like playing with a band that wears costumes?
Makes me feel like
Maybe we should wear a costume.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Brief? Yeah, it was brief. This year we were only there for a day. We just played our label's showcase, which was pretty slamming for a lot of people there.
Your label is?
French Kiss Records. We're gonna record
Working on that.
We're gonna record one starting May 14th.
I had a question I was going to ask Albert Hammond Jr., but we didn't get a chance to interview him.
I think it's a good idea if you ask us.
I agree.
Yeah.
Is it about the Strokes?
It's kind of a heady. No, it's kind of a heady question.
Is it about our new solo record?
Yeah.
No, it's about your girlfriends and how awesome the Heineken Magnum is.
Sorry.
So ask away.
It's about your eventual, inevitable solo albums. Are you each planning a solo album?
I am already. It's called Cranberry Bog. The name of the album is going to be Cranberry Boner. And it's basically a concept album with my mom and I as solo musicians, because she's a music teacher.
He hasn't told her about this yet.
Right, of course not. For 25 years, and she plays many woodwind instruments.
Interesting.
A bassoon major at Hofstra University. So we're going to do a pretty intense collabo.
Why don't you name some of the songs?
Borrow a Baby.
I like that. I think that's a fantastic title.
Also, obviously, the album's called Cranberry Boner.
Naturally. Yeah.
Title track.
Cranberry Boner. Can't go wrong.
Are you going to record Bones?
No, Bones might be an exclusive B-side in the UK single. I don't know. I mean, talking to Fierce Panda and Domino about putting it out, but we've also had some other options from some German labels, mainly German labels. So
It's interesting.
yeah.
Those
are my plans. Just
Any others?
Solo records? I don't have anything funny to say. I'm not
what do you
able to top Phil.
I'm sorry.
He thinks you're a clown.
No, it's serious.
Do you guys own 4 tracks?
Yeah, I do. I own a 4-track.
I don't.
One day I'm gonna make precious little songs with children's toys, and I'm gonna coo over them.
Possibly, maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. 8 tracks.
8 tracks? Ooh. You think that would be popular amongst it?
It's taking it. I mean, or possibly laser discs.
A Laserdisc label. Interesting.
But I think journalists are inherently lazy, and they read bios and they get X amount of records per week, and they don't have time to absorb them, and they look at the bio, listen to it once, and just put it out there.
And do you think it's more important to write a review than actually care about the band? Or do you think
There's a lot that can be said, but there's not. And I spend a lot of my own time thinking about and trying to articulate what I think about music, but they're ultimately it's good or bad, and music is music, and that's why it's not fucking words.
Yeah,
I think it's hard because it gives it more pathos if somebody sees what a band does day to day, but I don't think that's really any more important than writing about music.
I agree with you entirely.
I mean, it's nice to know that we bust our asses, or we think we bust our asses, but
I think that gets lost in the equation a lot. I think it gets lost in the equation a lot that a band puts out a record and automatically it's easy to define and be reviewed.
It's the subject of
and then
people's 20 minutes that they're writing a review. And it's sort of belittling. Music writing ends up being dismissive for all the reasons we're talking about. But I also think what we're doing, isn't of any inherent value. Spending 10 hours in the car, it's a bummer, and it's like a commitment that we've decided to make. But at the end of the day, your music is either good or bad, and you either play a good show or a bad show. And it kind of doesn't matter how much work you've put into it. I mean, it matters to you, and it should, and you should put a lot of work into it, but that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
I would say no sex.
That's a good one. Genital herpes.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, I just can't think of anything else.
Miami mother.
My God.
Wait. Miami mother. That's mine too. Actually, one word,
Maverick.
Character.